It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Flay. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Let's start out with why you're interested in an evaluation.
Well, I'm just really concerned about my daughter's behavior and her language.
Okay, tell me about your daughter. What does she like to do? What's her personality like?
Well, her name is Sue, and she's 4 years old. She's generally a happy child, although prone to temper tantrums. She enjoys playing with our two dogs and seems to like animals in general. She loves to play outside and in the park. For some reason, she does not like the slide much, but she does love to swing and run around. Her favorite play toys are stuffed animals, and she has fun pushing those around in shopping carts and wagons. And she is so persistent about pushing those where she's not supposed to, because we have a lot of dents in our walls from her many crashes. I guess I would say she is very determined and persistent, which are two strong qualities I possess as well.
Well, she sounds wonderful. Let's start with Sue's language development. What are your concerns?
Well, for being 4 years old, she hardly talks. And she repeats questions instead of answering them. And she doesn't seem to watch movies, because later I'll find her just randomly repeating lines when she's by herself. One of her favorite movies is The Little Mermaid. And she'll randomly repeat lines like, "I've got to nail those fins to the floor," which, if you've seen the movie, you know that it is not an important line. So it just seems odd that she would remember, a line like that. We sing the Under the Sea song all the time at home, so I think she knows all the words to that song. Sometimes I don't know exactly what she's saying, but she is definitely singing that song all the time. Anyway, I don't know. I guess she just doesn't talk all that much, and it's like she knows the words but doesn't know how to use them properly.
Well, how does Sue relate to other people?
I think she would relate a lot better if she talked more. Sue prefers to play by herself, but she gets along really well with her two older brothers, and they're 12 and 9 years old, so they're a bit older than she is. And they love to play video games and sports, so Sue may not necessarily play with them, but they all get along really well.
Does Sue attend preschool?
No, she didn't seem ready for that yet.
You mentioned some behavioral concerns.
Yes. Sue throws constant temper tantrums. They're so bad sometimes that it's difficult for us to go to restaurants or the grocery store even. Since she won't tell me what she wants, I have to guess, and that gets her very upset. And on top of that, she won't look at people when they're talking to her. And it's not like she's shy and turns her head, she just ignores them. I really, really wish that she would look at people when they're talking to her, because I think that it would help her focus on what's being said, I don't know, if I try to make her look at me, she gets so upset, and that's when another temper tantrum starts.
I see.